All right, fifth graders, welcome back. We got another question we're working on for the saltiness. Which level of saltiness dissolves gummy bears the most? And we controlled a variety of things, and the one thing that we changed, the one variable we're changing, is the amount of salt. Otherwise, everything else stayed the same for the red gummy and the green gummies, starting out at 1 grams each in 30 milliliters of liquid, and I've left them for 24 hours. And this is what they look like. So I'm just gonna see if I can hold that whole thing up there. So it looks like, maybe it looks to you like the red ones might have dissolved, but let me see. They actually look like they're still in there. Some of them maybe a little bit. The green ones, maybe they dissolved. I see a little green in the coloration in the water. So maybe it did dissolve, but it looks like there's something left. Let's start recording our data. So we're going to take the end weight for each of these. So I'm going to start with the one that has 0 salt, and look how big that thing is. It looks like it absorbed the water and did not dissolve. This is my waste for the water part. Remember, dissolve means that the liquid, the solid bear would turn into liquid. Scale went off. It goes off if I don't use it quickly enough. There it is at 0. And looks like you broke into 2 pieces, and the red gummy comes in at 0. Red gummy, 0 salt, comes in at 9 grams. So being precise, taking a good measurement. I'm just going to stick that all in the trash there and clean off my scale so that I'm back at 0. Take the 1 gram of salt that we started with here and dump out. Got a little bit of red coming out of there, so maybe this one dissolved a little bit, but it also maybe looks like it is a little bigger than it was before. Yeah, definitely. It is 5 grams. So 0 was 9 grams. This one with 1 gram of salt is 5 grams of gummy bear. So that is, I'm gonna dry this off again. So it got bigger instead of lighter. Oops, I left a little on there. It's more than 1 gram. Or more than 0, I mean. There, back to 0. Let's try the 2 grams of salt. You can see what that one looks like a little bit. Try and loosen him up so he doesn't stick to the bottom. It doesn't look quite as swollen up or as chubby as the others did. Yeah, only coming in at 3 grams. So as it's getting more salt, instead of dissolving, it's not getting lighter. Remember, they all started at 0. I mean, they all started at 1 gram of weight when we started. And so anything more than 1 gram means that they didn't shrink, they didn't dissolve, they actually got bigger or absorbed. This is the one with 3 grams of salt, and it also, a lot of the salt is still down there on the bottom. There's not enough water in there to dissolve even the salt, but I thought maybe it would dissolve the bear. I got a lot of salt there yet. I'm going to see if I can get the bear without the salt. Because I don't want to weigh the salt, I want to weigh the bear. There we go. Comes in at 1 gram, so more salt didn't let it absorb any water. That's really interesting. I wonder what it was about having so much salt in there. The more, it looks like my result shows that as the salt increases, goes from 0 salt all the way down to 3 grams of salt, my result for how much the end weight is, it goes down. So 0 salt, the gummy bear got really big, and with 3 grams of salt, it pretty much stayed the same weight. It didn't get dissolved, which is what I thought was going to happen, but it also did not increase in size. So there's something going on with that salt that's making it not get supersized. I still got a little splurch on there. All right. Scientists love to have reliable results. So I tested with the red. We'll test with the green and see if we get close to the same results. That is repeatable. Having a test that can be repeated makes the results more reliable. And my light is weird here. It looks like 7 grams. So the green one in 0 grams of salt came in at, He's really slippery at 7 grams of gummy bear. So again, absorbed the liquid instead of the liquid dissolving the solid. So this is the one with 1 gram of salt. Ooh, that water came out quite green. So maybe, let's see what happens. Some of it seems to have dissolved, but it is coming in at 4 grams. So these are a little less absorbent. They're a little smaller than the ones that I got in the red. Red seems to have absorbed a little bit more. Let me move that one out of the way and keep moving here. 2 grams of salt. Give it a shake so he's not stuck to the bottom. Get all the water and as much salt out of there as I can. So I just weigh a gummy bear, and he's coming in at 2 grams. Again, just slightly less weight than the gummy bears from the from the red ones. These are slightly lower in the change. They're not getting quite as big. And this one, with the 3 grams of salt, there's still a lot of salt in there. Try and get the salt out. And so I'm just weighing the gummy bear. Come on, gummy. There he goes. And there is still salt down in there that didn't come out. And this one came in at 2 grams. So he did increase in size instead of dissolving. Again, not what I was expecting. I expected the salt in my... I was thinking that the salt in my mouth is what helped dissolve the gummy bears in my mouth, but it wasn't the salt, because the results would show that the gummy bears, I'm trying to find out if they dissolved. Dissolve would mean that they turned into a liquid, and they did not turn into a liquid. They actually absorbed the water, a little bit of the water for most of them. The more salt that I have, the less they absorbed. Down here I've got 2 grams and 3 grams, both only absorbed 1 gram of water. So leads to another question. Sometimes science, we do experiments, and instead of answering the question, we get a new question. Why is it that more salt didn't allow the gummy bears to swell up or absorb so much water? So interesting results from my test. I did not get a good answer for which level of saltiness dissolves gummy bears the most. I think my answer would be that salt doesn't matter for dissolving gummy bears. It doesn't have any effect on dissolving gummy bears. I hope you enjoyed this, and we'll look for some more science experiments very soon.